And a happy what the hell everything day for the week of August 16th, 2021, almost the end of summer. And oh my goodness, let me get to the Patreon page before I talk about the Smitty, seasick, pukey, McPukeface story, which was one of the worst things that's happened to me in a really long time. So talk about that coming up. Also, the Patreon page, yes, funding the 5-year plan where I build this podcast up to epic proportions. Then I leave to go hike in Ireland and do a podcast tour of pubs telling the story of the Irish history in pubs. It is called the Smitty Learns Irish Pubcast starting in 2026. I got to fundraise that. Patreon.com/we, the number 3 Smiths. What the hell, everything. What the hell, everything? What a week. What a needed week. I took kind of away from podcasts. Holy shit. I mean, I did I even do a podcast last week? I know I had to take one day off in there, and it ended up being more than I was going to take because it was just a thing where I sometimes, man, you just gotta, at least I do, you just gotta take a breather every once in a while. You know what I mean? Take a breather, take a step back, relax, especially, and I said, months ago, being in this basement all the time, you're just like, God, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And sometimes you just gotta get the fuck out of here. So what was it, Thursday, I'd make a concerted effort. Then I had the day off from work at Fresh Coast Beer Works in Traverse City. And I said, no, I'm not gonna. I was going to record a podcast, and that had to get canceled last second. And I was kind of like, actually, I'm kind of glad. I didn't really feel like talking. And Brother Levi put this best, where he said he has to it's like preparing to be social, and you really got to amp yourself up to be social. It takes a lot out of you sometimes, like doing a radio show. Some people don't fucking realize that. You go and do all of these events, public events, and you're like, it's awesome. And you love meeting people that listen to your shit, and that really is awesome. But the socialization aspect for people who don't typically like being social, not social butterflies, like going out and talking to people, I'd rather stay home. Then it takes a lot out of you. You just gotta take a break every day. I said this on Talk Practice the other day. When you get done with working, bartending, doing a radio show, whatever. If it's a lot of talking, if it's a lot of engaging. Or at least for me, I got to work my brain to make the fucking thing connect. You know what I mean? And it just takes a lot. So at the end of every shift, whether it's a radio show or bartending, because I look at bartending as a show too, kind of, because I'm entertaining people and fucking making money off of me, hopefully, or them having a good time, and I'm a part of that as a bartender. But it's just that. It's just the never. And then if you got a lot of those, that's how you know when you're like need to get out of a situation. If it's a relationship or a job or something like that, you're just like, if you find yourself doing too many of those, you're like, maybe I got to fucking stop this for a bit. Maybe I got to take a breather. So that's what I did. Thursday, I decided I'm not going to do anything. Friday, I was going to do a live podcast and was totally planned, but this board. When I say board, mixing board that goes into my laptop and brings all the sound in and the headphone amplifiers and all that stuff. For months now, it has not really had it. Every once in a while, it's like it doesn't want to communicate correctly with the computer. The software in there doesn't really communicate. So just sometimes it just takes a little bit of babysitting and a little rigmarole to find the exact setting to get it on, and it takes a long time to do. It's an easy fix, but sometimes it just takes. You just have to do it, and it takes a long time, and you can't do anything until it's fixed. And I had to do that Friday. And I wasn't even mad, because normally when I was doing the radio show and you're trying to be on the air, when I was doing the show down here in the basement, and you're trying to be on the air, it's a live morning show. You want to be on. And the more you miss, more people wonder what the hell's going on. And you're trying to, and if I had one or two technical difficulties is, it's okay once in a while. But when they ramp up. And it's one after the other, and you're like, gah! See, I didn't react like that Friday. I was like, I could probably use this anyway. I'm not even mad in the slightest. And then Saturday, I came down here and I thought about maybe doing some podcast work. I didn't have to work until 5 in the afternoon. And I'm just like, I think I'm just going to I'm not going to do any other podcast stuff today either. And then on Sunday, I do talk practice, but I usually do that every other Sunday, sometimes 2 in a row. But I had just done 2 in a row Sundays, and I'm like, you know what? I'm taking 4 days off of podcasts. Today, recording date, Monday, August 16th. I got to tell you, over the weekend, I wasn't excited about this as I maybe should have been, and that is going fishing. Went with Captain Bob. I don't know his last name. I don't know Captain Bob's last name at Central Coast Angling. And we went last year. We did a podcast segment called NSFW Fishing. So we went out again, although Brother Levi, Brother Josh, and we took our nephew Dylan, my sister's son. Everybody's always shocked to find out I have a sister. Yes, Stephanie is my sister, and I'm the oldest, then Stephanie, then Josh, then Levi. So her son Dylan, he's turning 14. Hopefully not 15. I always try to figure out how old he is because he was born right before I graduated from radio school. So he was born August 2006. So that's how I do the math. And I'm like, oh, cool. He's at an age now where he's okay to talk to. He's not... he stopped barking at people. We can take him out in public, So we took him to my brother Levi booked again. Captain Bob at Central Coast Angling. Last year we... left out of Northport at the tip of the peninsula in northern Michigan. And then, but it was fun. It was super fun. We each caught a couple fish, king salmon, some lake trout. It was really fun. Well, Brother Levi booked it again. And when he first told me he booked it, I was like, oh man, I wasn't excited about it because to say I've been dancing with irresponsibility and finances building this podcast and taking some time off before heading back to work at Fresh Coast Beer Works in Traverse City. You're dancing a little bit. You're like, am I going to be able to make this work? But we made it work. Okay. But I had to work at 12:30 Sunday morning. And we were leaving when I said I was working Sunday morning, 12:30 Sunday afternoon, 1 p.m. open. Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon at Fresh Coast Beer Works. But we were leaving out of Onekama this time, which is an hour away, pretty close. And it was leaving, we were meeting there at 5, so we had to leave at 4 a.m. And I had just closed the night before. I'm like, fuck, I have to do this. So I wasn't excited at all. But let's just pick up in the morning. Got a couple clips from the... from the trip. So let's have a little fun, flashing back. Oh, that was my first Wayne's World thing that I ever did. I fucking likened this podcast in my brain. It's kind of like Wayne's World in the basement, putting on your own fucking show with 5 people watching. So it's kind of like that. But there we go. Hey, we're going fucking fishing with Captain Bob from Onekama. What's the name of Bob's thing?
It's not from Onekama, but it's Central Coast Charters.
Central Coast Charters. Oh, sorry, we're launching in Onekama. It's not in Onekama. Nephew Dylan is with us. We're gonna go charter fishing for salmon. So Dylan stayed at our house last night. Why the fuck can't you walk around the house like a normal person?
I don't know.
That motherfucker. I got home from work, got ready to go to bed to get ready to go fishing, and I was out in the kitchen taking a sip of water, and I hear a noise, and I look over, and fucking Dylan's just standing right there. I'm like, why don't you walk like a normal human? What do you make creeping around like Nosferatu, fucking tiptoeing around for? And I even saw him walking. God. So we got so many, a lot of, words, Nate. I was trying to think of what I wanted to say. There's a lot of
morning talk practice.
there's a lot of dumb brains on the way too. I go fishing, but not Levi, because Levi's running this crazy train. Even though I said it's not a crazy train. Woo, fishing at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. Josh, you ready to go fishing? Yep. Levi, you ready to go fishing? And it's got to be, it's nothing to get, look, this is, when I say this is only my fears about being on like big bodies of water that are really choppy. Before we left, they're gonna like, it's gonna get kind of choppy, boys. And I'm like, fuck. And I've got seasick before in my life. But it was only, I don't know how much it was seasick, because I was out on Torch Lake and I was a teenager, and I was on Torch Lake and we left out of like Torch River Marina, and there was a vending machine there. And this is fucking, I was 16, 17. So this was how many years? It was 30 fucking years ago. And there was I'm assuming it's not there now. Spoiler alert for the police, is that there was a vending machine there that had beer in it. And fucking teenagers were like, beer, beer, beer. And I don't think we drank too much. I think we'd only had a few. But we went out on Torch Lake and I threw up. So it was either bad beer or I got hammered off a couple. I was only a teenager. I think that might have something to do with it. But I got sick on Torch Lake that one time. I've felt kind of queasy at other times. Like, look, man, it's also recording today is National Airborne Day. This is why I jumped out of planes. I was a fucking paratrooper in the Army, because I didn't want to be on a boat. Okay? The whole point of this story is I could just see it coming. First of all, let's get to Dylan's fight, because that motherfucker caught a fish on some choppy ass water. Oh, the whole point of that fucking story was going to be that the 3 to 5. What was the fucking point of that story, Smitty? Oh, the point of the story was that that's why I joined the Army and not the Navy, because I'm afraid of being on large bodies of water. I don't fucking like it. I don't trust it. And a boat that in my head is like way not designed for big bodies of water. That is not true. It is a legit like fishing boat, but it is like one of those cooler boats that's smaller, and the I don't even know what the bottom of the boat is called. The hull, it felt, plus with a couple fat guys sitting in it, it felt like it might be sitting down in further down near the water than I wanted it to be, and it was really stressing me out. That whole fucking, I don't know, 6 or 7 miles out, it seemed like it took forever. Just bam, bam, but I'm like grabbing on to Josh. Look, I wasn't panicking, but I was grabbing on. I was like, oh, my butthole is puckering, and it was fucking slamming up and kabow! And I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die out here on the water, close to Wisconsin, which would be the worst fucking thing that has ever happened. If I ever die, please let it not be in Packer territory. That being said, that's how I feel about that, being out on that water. But I manned up. I was cool about it until, well, let's get to the Dylan's fight that he had.
I'm talking like this, yep. And now reel down, ready? Reel. I don't like your hand on that round. There you go. Now reel down.
Those things take so long, and if you're not like an in-shape person, it's so much of this, and it's just pulling it in. So if you're not in shape like us, mostly except Levi, who is a fucking monster right now, then you're just like, ow, I can't do it.
Oh yeah, he's right. Oh yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't have to reel it in, because we did have a real slow day after Dylan caught his couple fish. When I say really slow, like nobody else caught any fish. And that was all right, because the best part is still to come.
Nice and easy. Nice and easy now. Oh wait, hey, you shark back, Bob. Yep, all right, straight up and down now, buddy. Oh, he's in it? Okay. What? I got this.
And what a fucking good job those guys do, just like helping people catch fish. They know what they're doing. They were all over it. Well, this isn't working. Let's change this bait. Oh, they might be over here. Like, I don't want this to be any sort of indictment on Captain Bob. I don't even remember his guy's name. Was it Quinn? I don't know. He had a fucking raging mullet, though. I think it might be Quinn. I could be wrong, though, and if I'm wrong, I apologize.
No, don't. There's nothing you can do. Just let it run. But keep your dang wraps up.
I see you're talking about.
Keep reeling, man. Right under him, Bob. Okay. All right. Keep it getting right. Just don't chill. He's yours, man. Just keep going. You're so close, dude. Keep reeling.
He was so fucking stoked.
Walk backwards. Walk backwards.
24 pounds.
Oh my God. Stop. Ratchet down. Everybody sit down. There we go. Big good. That's bigger than the one I caught. Yeah, that was insane.
That's about as much emotion as he shows. I like to bust his balls and just be like, hey, Dylan, how you feeling about going fishing today? Oh, I'm really excited. I can't even wait for it. Awkward teenagers are the hilarious. Man, that was super fun. Again, thanks to Captain Bob and Central Coast Angling for taking us out. And, oh, wait, I suppose I should. I did say I would talk about this because, man, I've never got seasick before, but it was just a lot of this fucking shit. All I had in my head was that line from George Carlin where he's like, just feel like you're still out there rocking.
Let it go. Let it go.
Hey, you gonna throw up?
Yeah. Again?
Yeah.
Again, yeah. Yeah, look, here's the thing, too, is that I am 100% okay, and I encourage anybody that's with me if I'm ever seasick again. Hopefully I'm never out again on that, because I don't ever want to do that again. Because I just felt like garbage, and I don't like being scared. But, and I don't want to take Dramamine or the Bovine or whatever the fucking other thing is that, you know what I mean? I don't want to take those. I'm not comfortable out on the water. This proved it again. And, the whole point of that story is that, I threw up earlier, and I don't take video, man. You always I don't know how you didn't get video of the first puke.
You look like you're gonna throw up.
You look a little green there.
Just up and down, and then finally mid-puke. Second puke, by the way.
They come up swinging right.
You get to those dry heaves yet?
You're gonna make me puke. And I never puke. Oh wow.
Do it, Doug!
Yep, is not good. Again, thanks to Captain Bob and Central Coast Angling for taking us out. Man, it's just the worst. And I thought I was over it again because the first time I threw up, I felt better. I'm like, okay, all right. And occasionally, and then it would come back, and then I would stand up on the boat, even though it's fucking doing this thing, and I was just trying to look at the horizon and fucking, all right, I can be okay. But I felt like a giant bitch. I felt like I should never go out there again. And I didn't like it one single bit. I'll probably go out there again. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I didn't fucking like it, though. I'm just like, because here's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever said out loud is coming right now. And that is, I was talking to some friends the other day, and I said, when I go to Ireland in 2026 to do my year-long hiking tour, Smitty Learns Irish podcast, I was actually thinking about booking passage on a boat to get there because I'm like, well, that's kind of rad. If you're going to do it with some fucking style, you know? Then I'm just like, man, I really don't want to do that. Because if I catch anything like all I can think about is just like the fucking old stowaways that I see on the boat, and they're just like, I'm just down here throwing up the whole fucking time. Do they even book passages on boats anymore? I feel like they can. I don't want to stow away. I mean, I'll book passage, but I don't want to take a fucking cruise ship over there. I feel like that should be legal to do in some way if all the paperwork is correct, right? Still got to go through customs, all that shit. Anyway, I probably won't do that. What's another fucking rad way to get there other than flying? Which flying is awesome. I'm all about that. But if, balloon? Can I take a can't even really believe I said that. I apologize. I apologize for everything that has happened. I got unreasonably excited about a sandwich the other day because Brother Levi, when we talk about Brother Levi, my roommate, who's my brother, him and his fucking meat making and recipe making abilities, I feel like he is close in some way, shape, or form to making it a real thing, like a business sort of thing, whether it be a food truck or a restaurant or some sort of thing. I hope he does because, man, the guy's good. The sandwich excitement that I got over making a particular sandwich is just ridiculous because we're always in my house. Now, every time that guy makes something, it's like an episode of Food Network where it's just like it's a total judge thing. It's real great fucking food he's making, and he did a venison smoked sausage on top of some venison Polish sausage that he grilled and smoked. And I said, and then he made a grilled cheese sandwich out of the summer sausage. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to make one of those too. That sounds fucking fantastic. And he even said, he's like, dude, this is awesome. It's a menu item. Every time you make something that's a fucking hit, that's totally different, you're like, that's a menu item. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I want to do this. But I'm like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to pimp this fucking sandwich out. Like, I'm going on. I just smoked some great weed I got from Pincana in Galkasca. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to make the fuck out of this fucking sandwich. And I go out to the kitchen, and I'm going to pimp this out. I'm going to do some Havarti cheese that I had bought and then just never used. So I sliced up some Havarti cheese, sliced up really good some summer sausage, got a good base layer of summer sausage with some fucking Havarti cheese on the bottom. See, it's all about layers, too, when you're building fucking sandwiches. It's a real fucking creative project when you do it right. So Havarti cheese and then summer sausage, and then I'm like, you know what I'll do is we had some shredded extra sharp cheddar. I threw that on there. Then a couple dollops of this super rad black aioli sauce that he had, and I'm like, dollop, layer, and then another a little handful of shredded Colby Jack, and then fucking, by the way, life hack, mayo. I'm not a mayo fan. Believe it or not, I look like the kind of guy that would say extra mayo a lot in my life, but I've never once said it. I've never been a mayo fan, but mayo to grill your grilled cheese sandwiches is a real fucking game changer, real game changer. So I did that sandwich, and holy fucking shit, the excitement I got over making that sandwich, the whole time out there, I was like, oh my God, this layer, and I was in the kitchen, and I was doing this kind of a little dance, and I don't know why it's an issue for... And I don't know what the fuck Levi's problem is with me dancing in the kitchen. It's not like it's acceptable dancing. It's not like fucking, I'm not doing like fucking numbers or anything. I'm just moving, singing a little bit. Man, can you imagine if you had to live with this? Can you fucking imagine if you had to live with this fucking guy? Anyway, my sandwich excitement was top notch. Also, I think it was the same night that I had the sandwich excitement, is that I think I had a little key moment. I always do like some form of self-therapy. I'm always examining myself, probably way too often and probably too deeply. Who knows, though? But I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, just kind of every time, I twitch a lot. If you watch me on videos or, you spend any time with me, you really pay attention. I twitch a lot and do thumb things a lot. I'm just moving thumbs. I don't know why. I'm always like stretching and rotating my shoulders. Everything feels tense all the time. And I know that I'm a super tense fucking just kind of a stressful person. It's just realizing that I am kind of that way has kind of made me say, oh, you need to relax, man. But the other night in particular, I just kind of caught myself kind of doing these fucking things. I do it with my feet because I have to rotate my ankles because I have bad ankles, and I think that's where it comes from. I'm always just trying to rotate things and keep things limber. I'm sure where that's probably comes from a little bit. But I go, dude, would you fucking stop? Would you fucking stop moving? You're just sitting there watching a movie, man. Calm the fuck down. What's wrong with you? And this is what I told myself. I didn't yell at myself. Levi wasn't in the room. But I'm just like, dude, you gotta, I'm like, so I made myself relax. And just, they do it like in hypnosis. And I could probably do it to myself. And I probably should do it to myself to calm the fuck down every once in a while. But I was just kind of like, and then I almost fell asleep. And I'm like, jolted myself out of it. And I'm like, I can't have that. I can't. No, that can't happen. I am too wired from the beginning of the day when I wake up to the end of the day when I go to bed. Just my brain going. I just can't fucking go to sleep. I mean, I go to sleep at night. Don't have too many problems. Although lately my insomnia has kind of come back, so the two might be related, almost 100%. But yeah, you just got to make yourself relax every once in a while, man. It's like I was saying at the beginning of this podcast. Make yourself relax. Sometimes you got to take a breather. The whole point of that story is I'm just a twitchy fucking spaz and I need to calm down. Man, I got to tell you, I was thrilled that my brother got DVR finally. I was talking about that the other day, that all this technology is late to me. Any technology is late to me by at least 5 or 6 years. I'm always late to the game, usually. So this is my first DVR. I'm like, and this is the first time I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I got DVR because I was watching a movie. It was the evening during my 4-day weekend that I had. Well, whenever the Field of Dreams game was on TV, I don't know if that was, I think it was Friday evening. Brother Levi came out of the room and he said, oh, this Field of Dreams game is awesome or something. I can't remember exactly what he said. And I'm like, oh man, that's tonight. I'm like, okay, well, I'll watch it later, I said. And I'm like, wait a second. This is one of the coolest fucking things that I've ever wanted to see on a baseball game is the Field of Dreams game, which instantly I will fucking tear up on every. You want to have a catch? Gone. All over. Game over. I don't own that movie either, and I don't understand how that's a fucking possibility. But the Field of Dreams game where they actually made the field in Iowa out of the cornfield, and MLB did a professional game, Yankees White Sox, which I think the reason they did Yankees White Sox is because that was the Black Sox game, or the Black Sox series was, I think, against the Yankees. Shoeless Joe Jackson, where all the White Sox players threw the game and all that. And that was most of the players on the field in the movie Field of Dreams. And they fucking went all out and they did this amazing intro that, again, I was really glad I got DVR because I said, fuck it. And I turned the movie off and I found it was on Fox. And I go, oh my God, is this going to work? And I don't think Levi was recording it. And I didn't have the cable on, but it still worked. The fact that I could rewind the first 20 minutes of that damn thing to the beginning, right when Kevin Costner went out into the ball field and they were doing whatever pregame things that they did associated with the movie, and it totally worked. I always have this romantic thing about baseball in my head. I just love the old-timey aspect to it. I love how baseball has grown with American culture and has kind of been a leader as far as breakthroughs in culture with social change. It's been one of the leaders. When Jackie Robinson broke through, they were the first league in professional sports to do it. They've always kind of been at the forefront of that, at least from, it could have been a negative thing too, like the steroids. They're at the forefront of that argument. But it's always been the thing that has paralleled the growth of the country is baseball. So I've always had a romantic thing with it. And that fucking intro to the Field of Dreams game, I couldn't stop fucking crying. You want to talk about, is it fucking dusty in here or is it just me? Probably just me. But man, from the fucking get-go, I don't know what the fuck. It was the right time or the wrong time. I was like, oh my God, I hope Levi doesn't come out of this goddamn bedroom and see me fucking sit here going, oh, Dad, blubber fucking fest. Oh my God. Then the game started. Now, I guess it ended up being a good game, but as soon as I saw like the Geico sign, I'm so turned off by like just fucking signs everywhere. It's like the fucking song. Signs everywhere, sign. Just fucking logo feces everywhere you fucking look. And as soon as I saw the Geico in the fake wooden fence behind home plate, I'm like, I'm fucking out. Back to Cloud Atlas, which is a really underrated fucking movie, by the way, that nobody ever mentions, which they should. Why am I yelling? Oh, what else happened? Oh, the fucking Taliban took over Afghanistan again. That's I don't know, man. Here's the thing. I've seen this recently, and every time a different president is in office, they immediately get blamed for everything. If Donald Trump had just won, Democrats would be like, oh, Joe, no, sorry, I fucked up my insults. Oh, Trump is responsible for this. I'm pretty sure Joe Biden had his hands in all sorts of shit for years and years and years and years, and I'm not even saying that. I don't even think any of the conspiracy theories of things about him are true. I'm just saying he was a fucking senator for years and years and years, and he was a fucking vice president for 8 years, so you know all these fucking people have their crooked hands in all these things for years and years. That's all I'll say about that. But the fact that I just saw, the first thing I saw about online about the Taliban taking over Afghanistan and all the American diplomats and everybody left is just like, way to go, Biden. I'm pretty sure Trump actually sized that down, said it was sizing down or getting out of Afghanistan by May of 2021, which was 3-4 months ago. And Joe Biden actually took him out. I don't care if Trump does it. I don't care if Biden does it. They're there way too long anyway. As a veteran, it's just like, I don't want to see anybody put in harm's way if it's not legitimately in the best interest of the country. It's really easy to just go back and look and see all the fucking ways that we've had our hands, along with Russia. Both of us tried to get involved with Afghanistan and have had our hands in it and trying to form it and mold it the way we want to. That region has already proven itself that that's not going to fucking happen. And I just don't understand people's inability to see their own partisan outrage or false outrage, whatever you want to fucking call it. It's hilarious. It's right when Biden took over again, when the gas prices are going up and people, the first thing when they started going up is fucking Biden. I'm like, we were in the middle of a pandemic. Don't you remember when all those things came down in the middle of a pandemic because nobody was going anywhere? And now everybody's going places again. It's fucking back to pre-pandemic levels. This is what it was before. Just fucking people's inability to see these things is fucking mind-numbing. I know I'm not smart. I'm certain, but I know I'm smarter than a lot of people. And that's, that's the thing. You got to know you're stupid. That gives you the leg up. But to know you're smarter than other people, some people, and smarter is not better, but smarter is just smarter. Hey guys, I want to thank you for joining me on the What the Hell Everything podcast, and check out the Patreon page, patreon.com/we3Smiths. I'm using that as fundraising for the Smitty Learns Irish podcast coming in 2026. I'd love for you to join me on the Patreon page. Hit up the Smitty, what is the name of my fucking Facebook group? Smitty's Smithhole Slipper Club, which is awesome. It's growing and sharing all kinds of podcast stuff there as well. All kinds of reactions on YouTubes and what else? Oh, Spotify's and fucking YouTubes and all sorts of shit.
So long, sucker.
Good night, everybody!
I am so sorry for everything that has happened.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, all right, I'll see you guys there.
By the bar and get your face, don't you? Get me paid, bitch!
Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog.
I love y'all very much! Peace out!
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.
the hell, everything?